What's up, you guys? Thank you for clicking on this video. So as you can tell by the title, I'm just checking up on this G.I. Joe Transformers movie that has been in development and announced for a year and a half now, going on 2 years. And we got some updates earlier this year on how Lorenzo wants the movie to drop in summer of 2026 and how they want to make it a reboot, or at least he wants to make it a reboot. I don't know if that's like the general consensus right now at Paramount. It probably isn't. That's just something he randomly said in an interview a few months ago. And we have a writer, I think it's, his last name is Connolly or something like that. He wrote some Jurassic World movies, and I think he helped write the last Star Wars movie, Rise of Skywalker, which is a good and bad thing. I mean, the Jurassic World movies have been pretty decent, and Rise of Skywalker wasn't the greatest, but I'm pretty sure he wrote an early draft that was better than the final version, supposedly, if I remember correctly. I read something about that. I don't know, and we don't have a director right now, at least I don't think, so you would assume they would want to start getting things rolling summer of 2025 to start filming so they could get the movie out in 2026. I mean, it's the Joes and it's Transformers. This has to be a summer movie. I mean, you could release things during the holiday season or Christmas because that does seem to be more of a moneymaker these days, and movie studios have realized that, which is why more bigger movies released during the holidays the last couple years, and it seems to only be increasing. But even then, you know, it's a summer movie basically, and I don't know, at this rate, we may not get it until summer of 2027 or maybe even 2028. I mean, it took, like 5 years to get Rise of the Beast, and that movie, it's not like the movie was amazing. So, I don't know, guys. This is getting a little strange to me. You know, they were talking about developing ideas for this movie weeks before Rise of the Beast even came out. Like, if you guys remember, the scene with the G.I. Joe card was shot last minute. Like, they finished that scene a month and a half, 2 months before the movie even came out in the theaters. That's what Stephen Caple Jr. was saying last year in an interview. So, it all seemed thrown together last minute. As a matter of fact, it was confirmed to be thrown together last minute. But they were still talking about ideas for this G.I. Joe sequel movie a month and a half, 2 months before Rise of the Beast even came out. So you would think they would have some form of a script done by now, and they just have to make minor tweaks, get a director on board, and start filming summer of next year to get this movie out summer of 2026. That's usually what used to happen back in the OG days of Transformers movies with the Bayverse. You know, say you got Revenge of the Fallen out in 2009, then later that year, you would get news of a sequel being greenlit. And then early 2010 to mid-2010, you would see all this news come together. Then they would start filming the movie. You know, they would get a script together really quick. And the movie would come out a year later in summer of 2011. Like, that used to be the go-to time frame for the first 3 Bay movies. Then during Age of Extinction, it changed because originally they didn't want to make another movie. Dark of the Moon was supposed to be the last one. But Paramount kind of decided a year later than usual that they wanted to greenlight a sequel. So that's why it took an extra year. And then with The Last Night, they took an extra year because of the writer's room and them wanting to create a cinematic universe. So they took a bit more extra time to write some story ideas and scripts to pan out a cinematic universe for, I think it was like the next 10 years of Transformers movies. They were really trying to copy the MCU around the time The Last Night came out. And look at how well that did. They couldn't even keep one cohesive story together in that movie. And that's why it failed. And now here we are today with this G.I. Joe movie, and it's like, what the hell is going on here? We don't even have a director, and the movie's supposed to be coming out a year and a half from now? I don't know, guys. We're probably not going to get this movie until summer of 2027, I'd say. But I don't know. I could be wrong. They could announce a director before the year is over, or like in January or February or something, and the ball could get going like super fast here, and we start to see them filming the movie in summer of 2025. That very well could be the case. I could be totally wrong on this. I would love to be wrong. I'm a Transformers fan. I want to see more movies. I want to see this franchise do good. But it's a little weird right now. It's not really looking too good, especially with how Transformers 1 didn't make a lot of money at all, and Rise of the Beast didn't make a lot of money either. That was like, what, $450 million at the box office with a $200 million budget? That's not too inspiring, so it seems like they're not really in a rush to greenlight a sequel. I mean, it was announced earlier this year, but again, they kind of already announced it a year ago. So I don't know. Everything is just super weird with the early development of this movie. It's really like crickets. And the info that we get, it's more so like, yeah, okay, we kind of knew this. Yeah, okay. I mean, sure, that sounds about right. It's really nothing concrete, and it's really nothing too interesting to get excited for. I mean, the date he threw around earlier this year was basically just something that he said off the top of his head, probably. So I don't know, guys. I really would not expect this movie any sooner than summer of 2027. But again, I really would love to be wrong. I really want to see this movie as soon as possible. As somebody who grew up absolutely being obsessed with Transformers and also really loving G.I. Joe at one point in my childhood, loving the cartoons and the movies that came out at the time when I was a little kid, I really want to see this collab movie, even though it doesn't seem like it would be a good sequel idea coming hot off the heels of Bumblebee and Rise of the Beast. And obviously Rise of the Beast wasn't the greatest sequel idea coming off of Bumblebee, but it's still an interesting idea that we haven't seen in live action yet, and I think it could make for some really great moments and scenes in a live action movie, especially in terms of action and just how the movie is shot. Because from the first couple Bay movies, that was some of the best scenes in action that we got, when the Autobots or the Decepticons were teaming up or facing off against the military. I mean, a lot of those action sequences were fantastic and amazingly shot. So, I mean, in terms of that, I'm really excited for this movie, and I just really hope things come together relatively soon. I don't want to be freaking 30 years old waiting for the G.I. Joe movie. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Just want to check in on this movie and give you guys my thoughts on what's going on right now. And I don't know, it really sucks. But yeah, guys, let me know down in the comments below what y'all think about what's going on with the G.I. Joe Transformers movie right now. All my social medias are linked down below, including my email if you guys want to hit me about business inquiries, or if you want to message me about whatever, or if you want to commission a diorama from me, because I make dioramas for people for their stop motions, photography, or irregular display shelves in your homes. You can either hit me up on any of my social media accounts or just email me and we can work out a deal. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. Catch y'all in the next one. Bye!